Hello and welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety TV Radio Talk Show at Miracle Mile Shops at Planet Hollywood, Oyster Bar, Seafood and Wine Bar. Hi Mark, how are you?
Good, Sandy. How are you doing today?
Good, good. So now I know that you do a special kind of thing with being a tenor, but there's only a couple of special tenors or singers here that do a certain kind of work with as we were talking about.
Yeah, basically there are a couple of opera singers that live here in Las Vegas, in the Las Vegas area.
Right.
I happen to be one of the two.
And the other one is a woman.
The other one is Luana Duvall.
Yes.
A wonderful dramatic soprano, very nice lady, just and a fantastic talent.
And we're going to have her on another time.
That sounds great.
But today, what song are you going to start with?
Well, I'd like to sing La Donna Immobile. It's a familiar tune. I think people will recognize the tune.
Okay.
Basically, it's about, and I apologize for this, how fickle women can be.
We're okay with that.
That's okay.
But to be honest with you, the character that this comes from Verdi's Rigoletto. The character is basically a playboy. So it's rather ironic that he would be singing how inconsistent.
That the women are.
Yeah,
yes.
Because he is.
He
the
is,
women.
of course.
They call that
This is
projection.
La Donna Immobile, and if you want to join in, please feel free.
Oh, of course. And you have your pianist here, which
Spencer Baker.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hello,
a
Spencer.
Wonderful pianist.
Welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends here at Miracle Mile Shops and the Oyster Bay Wine and Seafood Restaurant. Okay, Mark, we're here.
Spencer,
for you.
please. La donna immobile, certo? Sì o no? La donna immobile, qual piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensiero, sempre un amabile, leggiadro viso, in pianto in riso e menzognero. La donna immobile, qual piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensier, e di pensier, e di pensier. Un poco più. Momentos. Ei sempre misero, chi a lei s'affida, chi le confida, mal caldo il cuore, ormai non sentesi, felice appieno, chi su quel seno non liva amore. La donna immobile, qual piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensier, e di pensier, e di pensier. Grazie molto miei amici. Grazie
Bravo.
Molto gentile la donna in questo.
So, Mark, you have been included in title role in the American premiere of Lowell Lieberman's The Picture of Dorian Gray with the Florentine Opera.
That's correct.
Camp Williams and Carlisle Floyd's Cold Sassy Tree.
Right, that's an American opera.
Yes, with
Yep.
Austin National, what is that? The Austin Lyric Opera and
Yep.
Kansas City Opera. So, how did you get started singing opera in the first place? What was the draw for you?
Yeah, basically, it was very challenging. I was involved in sports and music growing up, and I found out that I had a talent singing, and people were encouraging me to go into the opera area. They said, look, it's better to get the opera going first, and if you do other things, that's great, but it's more difficult to go from other things to opera. So
I know there are some opera singers that have gone into pop and rock
Right,
also.
right.
So have you ever decided to do rock and roll?
I've toyed with the idea, and I think the closest thing I come to it is maybe like when you came to the Mark and Ken show.
Yes.
I did a few things there, and I've done music theater.
Right, some pop.
Some
More
pop,
right.
some pop, that kind of thing.
And Broadway.
And Broadway,
Yes,
right,
yes.
right. So rock and roll, maybe I can do that next year.
So what is the next song you're going to sing for us?
Well, I'd like to sing Dein ist mein ganzes Herz, which is from Lehar's Das Land des Lächelns. Now, what did I just say?
I have no idea.
I know. What did I say? The Land of Smiles. This is in German, but what's interesting to note is that this particular song, Dein ist mein ganzes Herz, Frank Sinatra also latched onto. And, of course, he sang it in English as Yours is My Heart Alone. So this is the German version of Frank's standard, Yours is My Heart
okay,
Alone. So this is
great.
Dein
Cool.
ist mein ganzes Herz.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Dein ist mein ganzes Herz, wo du nicht bist, kann ich nicht sein. So wie die Blumenwelt, wenn sie nicht küsst, der Sonnenschein. Dein ist mein schönstes Lied, weil es allein aus der Liebe erblüht. Sag mir noch einmal, mein einzig Lieb, oh, sag noch einmal mir, ich hab dich lieb. Wohin ich immer gehe, ich fühle deine Nähe. Ich möchte deinen Atem trinken und betend dir zu Füßen sinken, dir allein. Wie wunderbar ist dein leuchtendes Haar. Traumschön und sehnsuchtsbang ist dein strahlender Blick. Hör ich der Stimme Klang, ist es so wie Musik. Dein ist mein ganzes Herz, wo du nicht bist, kann ich nicht sein. So wie die Blumenwelt, wenn sie nicht küsst, der Sonnenschein. Dein ist mein schönstes Lied, weil es allein aus der Liebe erblüht. Sag mir noch einmal, mein einzig Lieb, oh, sag noch einmal mir, ich hab dich lieb. Danke vielmals. Danke vielmals, meine Damen und Herren.
Bravo.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry, I got confused.
That's beautiful, Mark.
Thanks, Sandy. Thank you.
So I don't want to forget about Spencer Baker, who's sitting back here at the piano. That is beautiful playing. So now you're over at UNLV right now?
Yes.
There's a microphone right there. We're going to...
Let's do this. Here we
Yes. And so
Yeah, I am.
how did you get involved in playing the piano?
go. I've been playing since I was 3. Just
3
from
years
home,
old. Oh,
learning
my
by
gosh.
ear. Uh-huh.
So and how did you come to be in Las Vegas and working with Mark?
Well, I came to Las Vegas to study at UNLV, and I'm finishing my doctorate here now. And I met Mark at UNLV.
Yeah.
But since we work professionally with a recital this spring, and I'm looking forward to much more work with him and performances.
Well, that's great. I want to thank you again for joining us here at Sandy Kastel and Friends,
Thank
live
you.
from the Oyster Bay restaurant here, right in the Miracle Mile shops, I should say, at Planet Hollywood. Thank you again, Mark, for joining
Thank you, Sandy.
us. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So now Amy is my co-host, and she is the Delivering Happiness Messenger, and she works a lot with Tony Shea downtown with the projects, and you also are working with the nonprofit sector foundation.org.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we bring profits and nonprofits together.
That's
I'm
right.
on the advisory board of Women in Music and Art.
Yes, you are.
And we're all about helping with the business of being an artist.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So what is your special message to our listeners today?
Well, something that we talk a lot about is collaborating.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to give some people some ideas. How do you pick the people that you're going to collaborate with? So here's some helpful tips on how to do that and what to be looking for and how you can do it. First off, you want to align with people who share your mission and your values. You want to find people who are doing things really well, and you help them do it better using your gifts and talents.
Oh, that's good.
Is that good?
Yeah.
And a couple questions I want to give you. Have these in your pocket. This can really help you get great collaborations and be a great collaborator. First, ask the person, what is your biggest problem?
Okay.
And how do I help you solve it?
Oh, that helps.
And then my favorite question of all time, how can I be of service?
How can I be of service? And that's what WIMA is all about.
Absolutely.
And in fact, that's how I started this radio show back in May last year. And we started.
About a year anniversary.
I know it is. It's coming up on it. And WIMA is Women in Music and Arts, and we are literary, visual, and performing artists. And we all come together to mentor artists of all ages and to help them, pursue their passions, and to also, hopefully, some days we're gonna get some scholarships so we can be giving some young artists some scholarships to go on and pursue their dreams. So if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends, and we are live at Oyster Bay Seafood and Wine Bar here at the Miracle Mile Shops at Planet Hollywood, and we'll be right back. I'm sitting here now with Frankie Scinta. Hi, Frankie.
Hi, Sandy.
How are you, sweetheart?
I'm great. It was so easy to get here from Summerlin.
Was it?
Oh, my God.
What did you do?
It's like I don't live here. I've been here 13 years. I was like a tourist trying to find my way into the hotel. Well, it's changed so many times.
It's changed a lot in the last few years, yes.
I mean, honest to God, you used to pull up on you had a tricycle and you could just leave it there.
It used to be you could get across town in half an hour. Now that doesn't work anymore.
No, that doesn't work.
No.
Unless you got a helicopter.
So I know you guys just moved to the D Hotel, and you're doing a great show over there. Tell me about it.
Well, in modern day Vegas, everything is a four-wall deal.
Yes.
You pay to perform, and then you do your own PR. You do your own, which is really a lot of fun. Derek Stevens, who owns the D Las Vegas, came to us and said, "You know what? I'm from Detroit. I bought 2 casinos here. My friend Joe Vicari, who opened up Joe Vicari's Andiamo Steakhouse.
Oh my gosh, what a wonderful!
Who we've been friends with and working for 18 years in Detroit. He said, I think it would be a great marriage to have the Scintas, Joe Vicari, and the D. This is a guy who is committed on making downtown the place to go to.
Right.
And he's really done an incredible job. If you walk into the old Fitzgerald, which is now the D, it's a different place.
Totally different.
Yeah.
I
mean, when you put that much money into anything, it's just incredible.
Well, Frankie, I know you've got this lovely lady sitting here to your left. Now, Janien, Valentine.
Yep.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
And she is your new singer, because I understand that your sister is not doing it right now.
Chrissy won't be in the show for a while.
For a while, yes.
Jenny, we had to sign her, because she's a Sicilian from Buffalo like
me.
So it wasn't a real contract. It was like blood. Is that what it was?
They actually stalked me, and I finally gave in and said yes.
Yes.
Well, we've known each other since I moved here, and she was here a little before me, right?
Yes, I was.
Even though she's a couple years younger than me.
Couple?
All right, a lot.
couple decades.
Oh!
Wow. Ooh. And the people in the mall, stop.
And stare.
Does he color his hair?
Now,
Yes.
Janine, the way I look at it, we're all in the same age range here. Come on, I mean,
she's
just
a
because
baby.
you're on the younger end and we're maybe in the middle here, it's the
Enjoy
same
my
age
show,
range.
come
That's right. I'm the oldest, I'm sure. But she is young and beautiful. And I've known about her, and I remember my dear friend Clint Holmes, who she sang with.
Yes,
How long
yes.
were you singing with him?
3.5 years.
See, when you
Okay.
got to slum it and work with Clint. But you know what? I saw him, and he always makes me, the guy is just the best of the best.
Oh, yeah.
And
And you
I-
guys have done a lot of things together.
Yeah, we have,
you know,
and
yeah.
don't tell everybody.
I'll
But-
try not to spread the word too much.
No, we have. We've been friends since before I ever moved to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Janien walk out on stage, and he introduced her, and she's from Buffalo, and I go, oh my God, and I know her whole family back in New York.
In New York?
Yeah, and when the opportunity came up that I needed someone that had the prowess and the talent and the beauty.
He couldn't find that person.
I could
so
not
I
get
stepped
that.
up. And I said,
He did find that person in you. Well, so
She was
now,
flailing her arms across the strip. Me.
okay, so tell me about the show. What are the tickets? How do the people get tickets? And are you giving away free tickets?
What, you want them right now?
Yes.
Well, if you'd like me to give away a couple tickets, absolutely. For this week, is that what you want to do?
Sure. We've got a lot of people out here. You know,
Absolutely.
they might want some free
We will
tickets.
give,
you know?
I'll take their name. We will give,
Okay.
absolutely. The show is packed into 75
Well, we should
minutes.
probably do a drawing or something like that. You know?
Yeah. There was a guy drawing me as
Yeah.
I walked in there. This is incredible.
Isn't this beautiful here?
It really is.
I mean, we just had the rainstorm, and then they played my song, Indiana Rain. It was very fitting, don't you think?
Very nice.
Yeah,
And this
yeah.
Oyster Bay, from what I understand,
The food is fantastic.
I can't wait to go in there.
And you're going to get to sample it because the chef is back there preparing our meal right now.
That's unbelievable. I didn't bring any money.
You didn't bring any money?
Glass
Oh,
of
well.
wine. I thought this was wine, but
That's
I said
okay.
it's really a light.
It's a
Never too
treat
early in
to our
Vegas.
guests that are on the Sandy Kastel and Friends show today. So you're going to be treated.
Well, thank you very
Yes.
much. And it's an honor to be here with you.
Thank you.
And our show is grown. We have a horn section, which we've never had before.
Oh, I'm jealous. I always love playing
And you know
with
what?
horns,
Isn't
yeah.
it something
Yeah.
to have a real, because you don't hear that anymore. It's either tracks or it's a piano player and a drummer. And,
Yeah.
well, we have an incredible band.
Okay.
And Janien has added a whole new dimension to our show. And
What is that?
I don't know. I mean, you really have. I mean, my sister, I love my sister. I mean, her voice to me is like she
Well, now,
walks on water.
You probably have to be a little nicer to Janine because she's not
Oh,
your
that is
sister,
definitely
right?
not the case.
Your sister probably puts up with
Trust me.
stuff that
No, but
she
I
doesn't
hold
put
my
up
own.
with.
I hold my own with these boys. I've made them blush.
Now, we're not used to
Well, you
our-
are Sicilian, you know.
Yeah, really. Our sister never talked back. I mean, like if we teased her on stage, she would just kind of smile and,
Yeah.
you know, Janine doesn't do that.
Doesn't do that.
No, she comes back like a rubber band. That you just, but it's very good. It's given us, she's so much fun to have on stage. The show is different. You'll see our characters that you've always seen over the years,
Yeah.
but there's so much new stuff and fun stuff. And it's all packed into 75 minutes.
And how many nights a week are you doing the show?
5 nights a week.
5 nights a week.
When we're here, because we do have some contracts around the country. When we signed the deal at the D, we had to fulfill.
Yes.
Because they're the kind of guys you don't call up and cancel on. Yeah, Anthony, we're not coming. What does that mean? You don't do that.
Yeah, I know you were gone a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I knew
Yeah.
you would know.
Yes.
But come January, we are dedicated, devoted to the D, and we'll go away once every other month.
Okay.
So we could promote downtown with
Okay,
all
good.
the fans that we have around the country.
All right, great. Well, it's so good to have you here today on Sandy Kastel and Friends down here at the Oyster Bar, or Oyster Bay.
Oyster Bay Bar. and
Seafood
Bay.
and wine bar.
I love
yes,
it,
at the
man.
Miracle Mile Shops. Right here at Planet Hollywood. And I hope to come and see your show, your new show again, because I haven't seen it with you in it yet, Janine. So I'm going to have to come down this
You
week,
are
okay?
welcome anytime.
All right, all right.
Paparazzi?
Paparazzi.
Paparazzi.
She has her own
paparazzi.
show as well.
Oh, you do?
Frankie, that's lovely.
It really, you do. You have a great,
I
you do.
Yes, I
and
sing with a trio called Paparazzi. We do a lot of symphony orchestras across North America.
Symphony orchestras?
Yes. But
Oh, my
We're
gosh.
actually doing a couple of shows here locally in Las Vegas in June. June 2nd at the Starbright and June 30th in Anthem. So.
Oh, so they can get tickets at the Starbright, right? Theater? Yeah.
But she's with the Scintas now.
She's with the Scintas, okay. Well, it's so good to have you both here on the show today, and we'll see you again soon, and I'll see you at lunch.
I'll see you at lunch.
Okay, all right.
At
Thank
Oyster
you so
Bay.
much.
Thank you,
Okay.
Sandy.
You're welcome. If you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends and Frankie Scinta doing opera.
He was incredible.
Yes, Mark Thomsen.
I wish I knew those
Oh,
words.
I think we're going to have an. Are we going to have an opera off here?
Janine sings opera.
I do. No.
They're taking over the
Romeo
show,
Belly.
folks. I can
I'm
tell.
so
No, that's
sorry.
okay. I'm
this
okay
is what
with it.
happens when you invited Dago on the show.
Yeah, you're just tuning in now to Sandy Kastel and Friends here at the Oyster Bay Seafood and Wine Bar. I know, now I'm all
I
jumbled
screwed
up.
up. Blame
And
me.
we're at the Miracle Mile Shops at the Planet Hollywood, and we're going to be right back after a message from our sponsors. Back to Sandy Kastel and Friends here at the Oyster Bay Seafood and Wine Bar at the Miracle Mile Shops at Planet Hollywood. I'm sitting here now with Christina. Christina, let me see.
Hi, Sandy. How are you?
Okay, good. You have been a boxer, and you have also won championship in poker. You specialize in boxing. I mean, what do you do? The drag racing with the boats?
I built a drag boat. I'm also
built
racing
a
it.
drag boat, and you're racing that. And you do something else with the drag racing in HRA, where you're helping marketing somebody else.
Yes, I also market a Nitro Funny car.
Yeah.
So, like you, Sandy, as a woman, I think we try to represent and be as multifaceted as possible.
Look at this: boxing, motorsports, poker. Oh my gosh, how did you get into poker from, being a boxer?
Poker is such an intriguing thing, and as my friend who's a successful poker player once told me, it's a game that takes 5 minutes to learn and a lifetime to master.
Oh gosh.
I think when you deal with people, the situations, the personalities, it's never the same situation, and it keeps your mind truly thinking and working all the time. It's just a fascinating skill game to be in.
Now I understand that most of the championships they do now are Texas Hold'em. But originally, a lot of the poker players played 7-card stud and other games. Now, did you start out playing those games first, or did you go right into Texas Hold'em?
I'm like the newer generation. You're absolutely correct. 7-card stud, the old school days when they had to play poker underground,
That's
essentially.
Right. Yeah.
And that's how it
in the back room.
Exactly, and that's how they got into fights, actually. So I think they started boxing afterwards. But, No Limit Texas Hold'em is the most fascinating poker game because it's shown on television more often.
Right.
It's easier to learn, less complicated, and I think probably more exciting for the viewing audience because at any time you can say, I'm all in.
Yeah,
all your chips are in the center.
And also you don't know until it comes around what, there's different sections, but you can tell when you're first playing and then, what is it? You got to tell me the terms, but I know when you come around at the end, you can get a surprise where you think that you're winning, you think you're winning, and all of a sudden a card comes up and everybody gets to use that card.
Yes, one card can change the dynamic of the whole hand.
On the river, right?
Yes,
That's
the river card can. So you have the flop, which is the first 3 cards in
Right.
the community, the turn card, then the river card. 5 cards for everyone to use, and everyone has the same opportunity to use those cards for their best hand. And so, like you said, it can change the dynamic at any time, and it's
That's
up
right.
to us to be able to read our opponents to say, do I think they have the cards?
Now, did you work with a mentor, somebody who was, had been playing poker for a long time?
I have tremendous mentors, and I really can't thank them enough for putting their time in and educating me on their experience. I think it's something that everyone has a different opinion on, everyone has unique knowledge on,
Right.
and I can learn from everybody. And
So who? Tell us who.
Kimbo Ung. Kimbo Ung is the winner of Heartland Poker Tour. He won
Okay.
$129,000
Oh my
off
gosh.
of a $225 buy-in. So when it comes to an amazing story, his journey through the whole tournament, he won it at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right?
And he is such a compelling and fierce player that he instills that competitiveness in me.
Now, you got back to the final table. Now, when you get to the final table, how does that feel? Because you're up against some of the best players.
It feels
in poker.
amazing. As you mentioned, I also box, but the mental capabilities of what you have to be so focused on during a whole poker session. It can be 9 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. It's mentally draining.
Right.
And you really have to have that mental acuity to stay focused and to not lose that when you're at the final table because you're so close and you want to win.
So, do you have any tells?
I hope I don't.
And if you do,
and if
you don't want to tell anybody,
and if
right?
my mentors see it, they're going to correct it. But the biggest thing in poker is to tell the story, to stay consistent with how you tell the story, and to keep people off balance,
Right.
as they try to do to us.
Yeah, you don't want them to know when you're bluffing.
Exactly.
Right.
A bluff gone wrong is definitely not good.
That's right. Well, okay, so now, boxing. How did you get involved in boxing?
Boxing, I went to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. I graduated with a marketing degree, but I'm not particularly a big person, so I thought it would be great to learn how to defend myself as a woman, and all women should.
Right.
And when I walked into the university gym, I met my trainer, Vinny, and he said...
Is he here?
Yes, he is. He's
Where
right
is
there.
he? There he is. Hi, Vinny. How you doing? Good to see you.
He likes to be behind the scenes. but
He's also your partner now.
Yes, he
Incoming call
is.
from
And he said
KLAV Talk
to
Radio.
me, if you are going to learn how to box, you're going to learn like a normal boxer. You're going to train just like you would if you fight, and you're going to train every day. And that's how I started my road in boxing, and the Olympics were coming up, and so the future of women's boxing was very, very bright, and I stuck with it a few years after graduating college. So I actually came back after 5 years now.
So now, all right, so now motorsports, you got involved in the boating, in drag racing boatings. Now, I asked you about, the drag racing because I thought you were involved in that. But you just helped them with marketing. But why the motorsports, the boating?
Boat racing is fascinating. There's no woman in my class right now. And if you tell someone like me there's an opportunity for a woman to make a difference, to make an impact, I'm there.
Now, is that all about power?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think to be able to not only follow in the footsteps of great and influential women, but to also be able to be the woman that can open those doors and opportunities for others to follow, I think is a tremendous position to be in. And I take it of great importance, and I hope to do that for the women that follow me in racing.
Right. Well, you'll be a great mentor to others who follow in your footsteps.
Thank you so much.
And it's so good to have you here on Sandy Kastel and Friends, right here at the Oyster Bay Seafood and Restaurant, Seafood and Wine Bar at Miracle Mile Shops. I hope you'll come back again soon.
I certainly will.
Maybe after your next big win, right?
Thank you so much, Sandy. If that's foreshadowing the future, that's going to be great.
There you go.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be on your show.
I didn't ask about any bracelets, so I don't see any bracelets. The big bracelets,
hopefully this year. Hopefully this year.
This year. Okay, you're going for the bracelet.
Thank you so much,
Okay,
Sandy.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Christine. Oh, what about All In? They're asking.
Well, what we have going on May 27th, Memorial Day weekend, is Project All In.
Okay.
We're launching that at Quan International at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's the first and only live interactive poker strategy
That's
broadcast.
right, and that's going to be filmed. That's going to be online?
Yes, that'll be live streamed, and the audience, wherever you are, if you're awake, you could be halfway around the world in another country, you can chime in, you can Skype in and let us know how you would play that hand. We'll deal real cards, we'll play them, and then we'll do a review of what and how we played those hands.
Now, is this amateurs also can be involved in this?
This is anybody.
Anybody.
Poker is an eclectic mix of novice people to elite players, the young, the old, all different races, all different people.
So
That's
do you
why
have
it's
different
tremendous.
buy-ins for different levels of playing?
Well, this is a simulated play, so we give everyone a certain chip stack, and it's really an educational platform to where we can learn, to build strategy, and for everyone to actually be able to have an influence on how we're playing our hands.
So that you can mentor other poker players so they can come and compete against you.
And you know what, Sandy, they can help mentor me as well. I am always learning.
We always learn when we're teaching, too.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, thank you again, once again,
Thank you,
Christina
Sandy.
Kwan,
It's
for
been a
being
pleasure.
here. And best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing that bracelet. And we're going to be having lunch in a little while.
I look forward to it. It's been a pleasure, Sandy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was Christina Kwan. Let's hear a big round of applause. Woo. Come on, guys. Come on. You want to move right over here?
Okay, Sandy.
Our next guest is an actor. He owns a shop at the Riviera that is a barber and salon shop, and it has been here the longest. It has been on the Strip for the longest period of time, 35 years, 38 years, and he is also known as the shrink to mobsters and celebrities.
So they say.
So they say. Let's get you right up here on this mic. This is Neil Scartozzi.
Hi, Sandy.
How are you doing?
Darling?
I'm doing great. Thank you, and welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much. It's fun.
We're going to have
Great
to get you
crowd.
right here.
Great crowd.
There we go. There you go.
It's wonderful.
Let me turn this up a little bit. Let's see. Test, test, test. Hi there, Samela. How are you doing? So tell me, how did you get started, and why did you choose the Riviera to open up
actually,
shop?
the Riviera chose me.
They did.
I worked at MGM for back in 72. I came here from Vietnam, from Detroit, like Frankie Scinta. We're both from Detroit.
Yeah.
And I came out here and started at MGM for a while, and I dealt baccarat for a while.
You did?
Because when I came out, there was no reciprocity in licensing. So I had to wait to get my license. So I went to baccarat school, dealt baccarat, and then I went over to the Castaways and got a job at the old Castaways, and stayed doing that for a while. Then the exam came up, and I passed that. Now I have two jobs, so I didn't know what to do. So I did them both. I worked at 10 to 6 at MGM.
Right.
Then I went to deal baccarat at 8 to 4 in the morning.
And then, so you know, you have you really look like another star here in town that I'm sure you've been told a lot about.
Well, I used to impersonate him years ago.
Did you, Wayne Newton?
Yes, years ago. Yes, it was fun. It's a lot of fun. But now I do a lot of other things. Now I direct movies and television, and I produce plays. I've been an actor for 25 years.
And you've been a lot on The Sopranos, and you were on Law and Order.
Law and Order, Special Victims.
Yeah.
Twice.
Right.
And a lot of things. Roseanne Barber. Some of my clients were very, very inside. Milton Berle was a client of mine. Red Buttons was a client of mine.
Oh my gosh.
I used to shave Telly Savalas' head for Kojak. You remember that?
Yeah.
Remember Kojak? And
I was a little girl.
MC Hammer comes to me, 11 years he's been coming. Tom Selleck's been coming about 8 years to me. So I have a wide, diversified clientele.
So when they're sitting there in the barber chair, or if you're doing
well, actually we do ladies as well.
You do ladies too.
Yeah.
But when they're sitting there, is that when you hear things that they're talking about that are going on in their lives that they share with you?
Oh, they tell me everything.
Everything.
They tell me everything.
Why is it that we feel comfortable, you know, when we're sitting there in that chair and we're just talking about our lives?
Because they know I've been there and I've done it.
Yeah.
And they know that whatever they say in my salon stops right there, never leaves the door.
Oh, that's a good thing.
So
that's good.
they feel confident in confiding in me and telling me stories about their past and what they've done and stuff.
Right.
But all the guys used to come here. The little guy from Chicago, I think you know who he was. Frank Rosenthal, they all used to come to me.
Right. You have a big plaque up in your shop.
Yes.
And tell us that story about how you got that.
Well, I did a theatrical production at the Pantages Theater in L.A. And as I was doing it, the stage manager came up to me and he said, "Listen, James Caan wants to meet you." I said, "Wow, okay, that's fabulous, right?"
Right.
Now, my agent's in the audience. He's in the audience. So we did the play. He comes, I hear a knock on the door. It's him. So I had a bottle of champagne that I was holding there for a special occasion. So I opened it up, and we sat there and we talked about Las Vegas and all the different things. Everybody's got a Las Vegas story they want to tell you. And then as we sat there, he said, "You know, I'm coming out there in a few months. I'm going to bring you something." I said, "Well, you don't have to. Just meeting you was fine with me, you know." And then he said, "No, I insist." He said, "But you're a terrific actor." He said, "The play was fabulous. You should be living out here." And I said, I can't. On my salon. At the time, Mom was alive. I had to take care of her and stuff, so I couldn't make the move. But he said, "I'm going to come and bring you something in 3 months." I said, "You don't have to." So lo and behold, I'm in my salon and I'm working, and who comes in but James Caan with a big picture of the Godfather, all signed, sealed, delivered, with everything on it. It was just unbelievable with all his sayings like, "I'll make you an offer you can't refuse." And,
it had even bullets in there. I saw some bullets in there.
I saw the 9mm bullets and Cohiba cigar and the whole thing. Just a beautiful, beautiful picture.
Right.
Everybody wants to buy it, but I'll never sell it.
Well, so you've been around for a long time. It's the longest shop that's been on the Strip for 38 years.
Right, Sandy. Right. It's the longest privately owned small business on the whole Las Vegas Strip.
And that's wonderful.
38 years.
And you've been an actor, and now you know. In fact, you did the play, and then it was turned into a movie.
It was done a movie.
So you're
back to Brooklyn.
You're such a well-rounded guy, and
thank you.
Yeah, and it's just so nice to have you here on the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. My pleasure.
I'm waiting for you to sing a song, though. Have you done that yet?
Not yet.
All right. Well, maybe next time.
Next time, I promise you.
Well, so if somebody wants to come and get their hair done, or whether it's male or female, how do they find out about you?
They call the Celebrity Club at the Riviera Hotel.
Okay.
And it's 794-9459.
Okay.
And ask for me or Sylvia.
Okay, great. And they will see Neil Scartozzi.
Right on. There you
Thank you so much for being a guest here on Sandy Kastel and Friends.
Thank you so
It's so
much.
good to see you. Thanks again.
Thank you.
If you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends, and we are live from the Oyster Bay Seafood and Wine Bar at the Miracle Mile Shops at Planet Hollywood. And we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors. seafood and wine bar at Miracle Mile Shops at Planet Hollywood. And I've got David DeCosta here and his dad, Ronnie DeCosta. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. So, David, where are you playing right now?
Well, I'm performing with the Rat Pack over at the Rio.
Okay.
On occasion, and I'm at the Italian American Club on Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay.
And then Saturday, I actually do a double. I'm at Embers in Boca Park.
So you're all over the place.
Yes.
Do you have a website?
I don't have one set up right now. I'm working on my website, but
do you have Facebook?
I'm still under witness protection, so.
Oh my gosh, it's all word of mouth because everybody's been following David all over town to hear him sing.
It's word of mouth.
And you know, he's a jazz singer, and he also does like some Frank Sinatra style
I
of
played
songs.
Frank Sinatra for about 8 years, so
Yes.
it's nice to get out there and sing more as myself.
Yes, yes.
You know, and I'm also at the Tivoli Village, La Casa Cigar Lounge on Saturday nights from 9
That's
to 1.
right, I was there. Yeah,
Yes,
that was
if you
nice.
could stand the smoke, come on by. It's a happening spot.
Yes. So what song are you going to sing for us?
Well, since I always do Sinatra, I've been really getting hip to some Bobby Darin stuff. And here's a great song with a simple title, something entitled More.
Okay, great. Here is David DeCosta with More. Woo!
More than the greatest love the world has ever known. This is the love I give to you alone. More than the simple words I try to say. This is the love I give to you each day. More than you ever know. My arms long to hold you so. My life will be in your keeping. Waking, sleeping, laughing, weeping. Longer than always is a long, long time. But far beyond forever, you're gonna be mine. I know I've never loved before, and my heart is very sure no one else can love you more. No one else. I said no one else. No one else can love you more. I love you, baby. That's my dad, Ronnie, at the guitar, ladies and gentlemen.
That's beautiful.
Thank you
David.
very much.
So, where's your next place you're going to be playing after today?
Well, tonight I'm going to be, which is Wednesday, I will be at the Italian American Club, also Thursday as well.
Okay,
so
great.
after today would be Thursday at the Italian American Club.
Well, don't go far because I want you to sing something before we leave, okay?
All righty, you got it. I'm
and
here.
Plus, we're going to have a great lunch.
All right, wonderful. I love lunch.
Okay, so I've got Inja, international artist. She is here, and I want to have you tell us a little bit about how you got involved in your artwork. We're going to have you do a display a little bit later, and we're going to a performance, and we're going to videotape that so that we can put that up on our YouTube site.
Great. Well, thank you. First, thank you for inviting me, Sandy. I appreciate that so much.
Well, you're so beautiful, and your artwork is absolutely wonderful.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, a lot of people ask me, when did I become an artist?
Right.
And in reality, I was born that way. All I remember is pictures when I was a little girl, forming in front of me. So that's how it turned out. But this particular form of art, I had a tragedy in my family. My mother passed away several years ago, and I fell into a deep depression. I lost the ability to read, write. I lost the ability to do everything.
Oh my gosh.
And the only thing that was left was I was able to paint. And so my paintings saved my life. It was through them and through their stories, I was able to heal. And so they're just amazing. I call them my friends. They're my friends that come and talk to me and heal me.
Well, you do a lot of mixed media, and I noticed you were talking about how you know, when you looked at the pictures, some of the pictures you were doing, and you did them in charcoal, right?
Right.
In black and white.
Right.
And then you said it looked kind of flat to you, and you
Right.
said because of the colors and all that, you know, a lot of these women
Yes.
wear, and you added, so you started adding fabrics.
That's
to
true.
your paintings.
That's true. And that's exactly what happened. And then it became just as real. I wanted them to be real for everyone like they were
Right.
for me. Because they're real for me. They actually come and they talk to me and they tell me their stories.
Right.
And if that's the case, then why not?
That's right.
Why not real fabric, real jewelry? Why not?
Right.
And that's how it all began. And then, exactly when I do exhibitions, people walk up and talk to them.
That's great. Well, we're going to have you do a demonstration, and then we're going to have you come back after our break and then talk some more about it. But we're going to have you do a live performance of your artwork, and that'll be for our audience here that's watching.
Oh, that would be awesome. And the person that requested to come today was Miss Mama Legrand. That's the person that'll be performing for you.
Okay, and what is your website?
It is www, of course, njaone.com. There's
And that's
also
NJA.
NJAONE.com. The YouTube is, of course, youtube.com/NJAONEArt, NJAONEART. And the Facebook.
Oh, well.
Yes.
Okay, so you're on Facebook also.
I am on Facebook,
Well,
and it's under Inja Art.
Well, thank you so much for being on Sandy Kastel and Friends, and we're going to be right back after we finish up here. If you've been listening and you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends, and we are live every Wednesday from 12 to 2 p.m. on KLAV here at the Oyster Bar, Restaurant, and Seafood and Wine Bar. We'll see you next Wednesday.
She's holding on to his memory. What is time?